the next feature, and probably one of my favorites from the new release, this one has gotten fantastic feedback as well. A lot of people are very, very excited about this, but we have added conditional highlighting into our generic inquiries. So this allows you to define certain conditions that need to stand out in a more color-specific way. So to give you some visual aids and start to analyze that data even more quickly than we had allowed you to do in the past with things like filters. So this is the grid down at the bottom, or kind of the key that shows how we can format this. Over on the left, I'll use this example here, but bad, good, and neutral are what is going to give you red, green, and yellow, like we see in this example on the screenshot. So why don't we take a generic inquiry and add an example of conditional highlighting using one of those features right there, or one of those keys right there. So here on my customer view dashboard, we have a widget for open opportunities. And I'm going to drill into those open opportunities, and I actually want all of my records here. And on my opportunity records now, or on my generic inquiry for my opportunities, I see what is standing out so far in yellow and in red. I see anything that does not have an owner is being highlighted in yellow. And I also see that anything that does not have a date that is later than today, so anything that is earlier than today's date, is going to stand out in red, because to us that means it is a late opportunity. So we need to go and take some action to make sure that it gets closed. Now the other example that I'll add for you today is we'll use the status column here. And what we'll do is we'll take any opportunities that have a status of 1, and we'll make those appear in green. So to do that, I will go up to my customization, and I will edit this generic inquiry. And to utilize the conditional highlighting, the tab that you'll want to work in is this results grid tab. And under the results grid tab, you see that a few of those formulas for the highlighting have been added. And what we want to do is add one in for our status. So I'm going to grab this status row, and we want the style column. So the style column is brand new. That's a piece that has been added with this conditional highlighting feature. And I can select the pencil icon to start to include the parameters that I would like for that conditional highlighting. So what we're going to say is we want that all of the status of 1 to appear in green. So keep that in mind. That's the use case we're going to use. So we're going to say if, and then we want the opportunity status. So I'll go over to my fields, and I'll just narrow this down. So if my opportunity status, and then we're going to say equals 1. So we wanted equals 1 as our example. Then we will have the true part is going to be good. So if you remember, the good is green in our conditional highlighting example here. So anything that we mark as good will show up with a green highlight. So I'm going to select good. And then if not, we just want it to show up as default. Just don't highlight anything. So we'll pick default here. So let's validate. And we have passed the validation. So if all goes according to plan now, we should see any opportunities with a status of 1 highlighted in green. And now we do. So really easy to do, guys. I mean, in some systems, this would be something that A, is not even possible, but B, if you wanted to do it, would really take a lot of digging behind the scenes and getting down and dirty into some of that code. So I hope that you can see the value here. We know that we've already gotten really great feedback, not only from partners, but especially from customers that are working in this data, throughout the course of the day. So conditional highlighting, one of our favorites from 2019 R1, and there's a quick example for you.